We want to know how to look at quality of life and survival when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. Stay tuned, I've got news for you. My name is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and this is another quick tip for families in intensive care. So one of the common and regular questions we're getting from families in intensive care is, how should we look at survival and quality of life, perceived future quality of life for my family member in intensive care? And here's my answer to that, right? So first off, survival. About 90% of intensive care patients survive. It's 9-0. That's 1 out of 10 not surviving and 9 out of 10 surviving. So the odds are in your loved one's favor. And I know where the question is coming from. The question that we're getting, how should we look at survival and future quality of life, is because the intensive care team has told you that even if your loved one does survive, they won't have any future perceived quality of life. And why do I say perceived? Because quality of life is just a perception, no more than that. So it's not even reality. Next, survival. Intensive care team has told you your loved one won't survive, right? But you got to actually look at the stats and the research, right? You got to look at reality for what it is, not for what the intensive care team is telling you. The intensive care team has a vested interest in giving you the negative narrative and the doom and gloom and saying your loved one won't survive. Even if they do survive, they won't have any perceived quality of life in the future. And therefore, it's not, quote unquote, in their best interest to survive. What a whole lot of bollocks, right? What a whole lot of rubbish to approach intensive care like that. Because what do intensive care teams want? They want to empty their beds as quickly as possible. One way to empty their beds is, unfortunately, by letting people die. That's just the reality. And I can confidently say that after I've worked in critical care nursing for 25 years in 3 different countries, where I worked as a nurse manager for over 5 years in critical care. And I've been consulting and advocating for families in intensive care since 2013 here at intensivecarehotline.com, where I can very confidently say that we have saved many lives with our consulting and advocacy, right? And you can verify that on our testimonial section at intensivecarehotline.com, and you can verify it at on our podcast section at intensivecarehotline.com, where we have done client interviews. So, everything that I'm saying here is standing on a very solid foundation, right? I mean, one of the biggest complaints we're getting from families in intensive care is the doom and gloom from intensive care teams, right? And that is a real challenge for families in intensive care. Unless they come to us, they believe everything that they're being told, right? And the reality is what you see, it's not what you get. You got to look one layer behind. You got to dig deeper, right? What does it mean if your loved one is on inotropes, vasopressors, on sedation, on opiates, on ventilation, with a breathing tube, with a tracheostomy? There's so many layers to it, so many nuances to it. And unless you're doing a deep dive, and unless you're talking to someone that's not biased to what intensive care teams are biased for, telling you about the doom and gloom and about the negativity, and they're not telling you that actually intensive care medicine has come such a long way, that 9 out of 10 survive, right? So, you got to put things in perspective. And that's what we're here for at intensivecarehotline.com, to help you get perspective and help you to get results, help you to get outcomes, right? Making sure you make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, influence, so that your loved one gets best care and treatment always. The biggest challenge for families in intensive care is that they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what to look for. They don't know what questions to ask. They don't know their rights, and they don't know how to manage doctors and nurses in intensive care. And that is exactly what you're up against, and that's exactly what we help you with here at intensivecarehotline.com. Because our advice and my advice is absolutely life-changing. And you can once again verify that on our testimonial section in our podcast section at intensivecarehotline.com. So don't let anyone educate you on what quality of life is or what the survival rate is, because it's all out there in the open, right? You just got to look at the right information and not let intensive care teams' agendas brainwash you, because that's what it is. They want to brainwash you. They want to stay in control of the narrative, right, of what is possible, whereas you need to create your own narrative. And that is what we are here to help you successfully. And like I said, we've helped hundreds and hundreds of members and clients over the years to improve their lives instantly when they have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. And it shows by the survival rates that we have achieved by getting our clients out of the death trap, really, right? We even have some podcast interviews where we have a former ICU patient on our podcast where, the family was told he's not going to survive, and 12 months later, he sits on a podcast with us, just to illustrate what is possible. And I can give you countless other examples, where we have saved lives. So that is why we have helped hundreds and hundreds of members and clients over the years to improve their lives instantly, making sure they make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, influence, making sure their loved ones get best care and treatment always. And that's why, our advice is absolutely life-changing, and, we will help you to change your life and your family member's life as well, going out of the death trap in ICU. And that's why I do one-on-one consulting and advocacy over the phone, Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, whichever medium works best for you. I know I can change your life just within an hour of a consultation. I will open doors for you. I will show you things that you didn't even know existed when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. And when I talk and I do one-on-one consulting over the phone, Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, whichever medium works best for you, I talk to you and your families directly. I handhold you through this once-in-a-lifetime situation that you simply cannot afford to get wrong. I also talk to doctors and nurses directly with you or on your behalf. And when I talk to doctors and nurses directly, I ask all the questions that you have not even considered asking, but must be asked when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. I also represent you in family meetings with intensive care teams. We also do medical record reviews in real time so that you can get a second opinion in real time. We also do medical record reviews after intensive care if you have unanswered questions, if you need closure, or if you are suspecting medical negligence. And all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com. Call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, where we also have a membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care. And you can become a member if you go to intensivecarehotline.com, click on the membership link, or go to intensivecaresupport.org directly. In the membership, you have access to me and my team 24 hours a day in the membership area and via email, and we answer all questions intensive care related. In the membership, you also have exclusive access to 21 ebooks and 21 videos that I've personally written and recorded. And all of that will help you to make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence, making sure your loved one gets best care and treatment always. And all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com. Call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send us an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com with your questions. And if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care. Click the like button, click the notification bell, share this video with your friends and families. Comment below what you want to see next, what questions and insights you have. I also do a weekly YouTube live where I answer your questions live on a show, and you will get notification for the YouTube live if you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel or a subscriber to my email newsletter at intensivecarehotline.com. Thank you so much for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I will talk to you in a few days. Take care for now.